Most people see the world as an unchanging sequence of events, a daily battle where you have to fight to survive. But what if I told you that the secret to winning is not in fighting, but in creating? That's right. While 98% of people spend energy trying to force results, a small elite of strategic minds understand that reality is not something to be faced, but something to be shaped. It seems counterintuitive, right? So it is. But the truth is that you don't need physical effort or perfect conditions to transform your life. The game is played inside your mind. And, by aligning your mindset with what you want, you begin to attract opportunities that previously seemed impossible. Most never tell you this, because they don't want you to discover the power of manipulating your own frequency and freeing yourself from the chains of scarcity. But now you're about to discover what few know: how to strategically win the reality game. Reality is not the rigid thing that many believe it to be. In fact, it is a game where the rules change according to the mentality of the player. The winners. These are those who understand that life is not a sequence of random events, but an intentional creation. They adjust their mental frequency to align with the right opportunities. Imagine a player who knows all the cards in the deck. He does not play by waiting for chance, but by creating his own moves. These winners know that reality is moldable, like clay in the hands of a sculptor. When someone realizes this, they begin to look at difficulties not as fixed obstacles, but as pieces in a game, waiting to be moved. And, just like in any game, strategy makes all the difference. Think of someone who has mastered the art of negotiation. Instead of accepting what is offered, this person visualizes what they want and directs the conversation towards that creation. The same happens with reality. And it's not just about external actions. The game starts in the mind. Before achieving something in the physical world, the successful player has already created victory mentally. He is not limited to what he sees, but to what he can imagine and feel. This is not an illusion, but a constant practice of creating internally what you desire externally. When you understand that reality is, in fact, a mental game, you begin to create the pieces that will line up on the board of life. Most people fall into the trap of believing that life is a constant battle, where you have to fight endlessly to survive. They find themselves stuck in a scarcity mindset, thinking they need to outperform others, as if they are in a war. This creates a frequency of conflict and resistance, which, ironically, prevents them from accessing the realities they desire. Just like a fighter who is always tense, they expend energy, but never advance as they should. This battle view is the reason why 98% of people fail. They are so focused on fighting their circumstances that they forget to play the real game of creating reality. Instead of attacking challenges head-on, they could adopt a smarter strategy by observing, planning, and adjusting their mindset. Think of a chess player who doesn't run to knock down his opponent's pieces, but calmly observes and makes calculated moves to win. The mistake is often in seeing life as a battlefield where you can only win with brute force. But the ones who really win are the ones who understand that the mindset you adopt shapes the game. When you stop fighting and start creating, life flows differently. It's as if, suddenly, the resistance disappeared, and the player was able to see the path that leads directly to the reality they want to achieve. The key to winning the reality game is understanding that it is not played with physical strength or external effort. It happens in the field of mind and spirit. Many believe that in order to change their lives, they need to work harder or fight external circumstances. However, The real game begins within each person, in the way the mind aligns with intentions. Just like a conductor coordinating a symphony, you need to organize your thoughts and emotions to create harmony with the desired reality. Everything you want to achieve physically already exists in potential on the mental and spiritual plane. When you get on the right frequency, like a tuned radio station, you start to attract the results you want. Think about someone who wants a healthy relationship. Before actively looking for it, this person first needs to be at peace with themselves, adjusting their beliefs about love and visualizing themselves already living this reality. This internal alignment is what moves the game pieces on the external plane. Deep down, what you are creating is not just circumstances, but a higher version of yourself. The inner work is where the real play happens. When the mindset is adjusted, physical actions become secondary, they flow naturally. So, instead of chasing the desired reality, you become the magnet that attracts everything you desire. The game then becomes almost invisible, as everything begins to manifest itself naturally and spontaneously. Before any physical action, it is essential to adjust your mindset so that it is fully in tune with the reality you want to create. It's not about rushing out in search of results, but about preparing the mental and emotional ground. Just like an architect who first designs his construction in the smallest details before lifting a brick, you must first mentally draw the reality you want to live in. By aligning your mind with your goals, your actions become just the materialization of what has already been created internally. What many people do is act without having mental clarity, without being completely aligned with what they really want. This creates frustration, as actions do not reflect true intention. Think of someone who seeks financial prosperity but maintains thoughts of scarcity. No matter how hard this person works or exerts himself physically, mental alignment is blocking the flow of abundance. First, she needs to see herself as someone worthy and capable of attracting wealth, and only then will the right opportunities and moves emerge. By aligning your mental attitudes with the desired reality, the path becomes clear, and actions stop being desperate attempts. They become precise, almost natural, as if each step had been previously planned by the universe. This is the true power of conscious creation. You don't just act, you act inspired, guided by a clear vision of who you are becoming and the reality you are creating. It's as if the pieces of the puzzle of life begin to fit together on their own. When something is considered very important, it ends up creating a distance between you and what you want. Exaggerated importance generates anxiety, doubts, and a sense of urgency that, ironically, takes away from the desired reality. Think of it like a player who, when putting all his attention on winning the game, ends up losing focus on the present moment and making mistakes. To win, you need to relax and understand that reality manifests itself fluidly when you are not excessively attached to the result. A practical example of this is when someone is desperate for a new job. People place so much importance on this desire that they end up giving an impression of anxiety and desperation in interviews, which does not attract the desired result. Now, imagine if that person had confidence, knowing that the job is already reserved for them, and approached the process with a light-hearted, carefree mindset. This attitude minimizes the space between her and what she wants, and the result comes much more naturally. By eliminating this importance, you release the resistance that prevents things from flowing. The key is to remember that as long as you maintain a vibration of ease, the creation of your reality happens almost inevitably. It's not about giving up what you want, but letting go of the need to obsessively control. When you reduce importance and allow yourself to flow with the game of reality, it is as if the universe conspires in your favor, bringing you what you want effortlessly. Now that you have these powerful tools to transform your reality, it's time to act. How can you start applying this knowledge today? What limiting beliefs do you need to let go of to align with the life you truly want? Think of one small step you can take right now. Remember, it's not about big changes all at once, but about creating a new frequency and mindset, day by day. Feel challenged to look at your life and identify where you are placing excessive importance that may be creating distance between you and your desires. What would happen if you lowered that pressure? Share your discoveries and reflections. And, if you're excited to continue learning and applying these concepts, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's explore together more about how to achieve the life you truly deserve.